Hello, welcome to another talk on money, business, and investing. My name is Jose. I'm the founder of the company and brand here at Master Investor. If you're new to our community, ensure to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications so that you know when we go live or upload a valuable talk on money, business, and investing that can literally change our life as long as we apply the information that we're learning. Okay, that's what it takes, is learning from somebody else's experiences. That's the shortcut of life, and then using that in our lives. So when we learn something new, we have to do three things. We learn something new every day, right? That's number one. Number two, we have to apply it in our lives. And then number three, have to teach somebody else how to do it. And today we can use technology to teach not just one person, but many people. So what are our passions? What are we interested in? Because a lot of people are looking for that type of information and knowledge from people that are experts at a certain topic, right? So we may have different passions and we may be sitting on a lot of money, but we need to take a look at our lives and see what kind of value we can provide to the world. Today, we're going to dive into why understanding tax planning is key to true wealth. That's the theme of today's talk, because taxes are one of the most critical things we have to understand when it comes to building success in our businesses, because we can actually become wealthier by utilizing the tax and corporate laws into our advantage. And that's what we're going to be covering today, because a lot of people don't like to talk about taxes because it's the boring things about our businesses that stops people from having success. And we need to put those boring things in place, as we call them here, right? Because we need to understand a little bit about it. We don't need to become an experts on tax law, but we need to just know enough so that we can speak to the right professionals. Okay, not all professionals are made equal, just like not all investors are made equal. We need to figure out how to pinpoint the right professional for our wealth. Okay, and not all professionals are for the wealthy. Some of the professionals are made to manage and help out the poor and middle class. I don't know how much help they're helping them, because a lot of times they're not helping them at all. They're making them shrink, and they just also don't understand the law themselves too much, because at least this country, the United States, was founded in the concept of paying no taxes at all. So there's nothing patriotic about paying taxes. And I'm talking about no paying taxes at all legally, using the tax code and corporate law. Basically, the tax code and the corporate law is a package of incentives for wealthy entrepreneurs and investors that know how to navigate the tax law and use the laws to our advantage, because we're doing what the government wants us to do, such as invest in the economy, create jobs, invest in different sectors that they're interested in evolving, such as energy, technology, food, specifically organic, and other sectors that are mentioned inside of the tax code, where now we become partners of the government. So the laws become our friends, right? And so we need to understand how to make the laws become our allies so that we can utilize them to keep more of our wealth. So it's not how much money we make at the end of the day, but how much money we keep of that money that we make through our investments. And because we're doing everything through entities, we can take business deductions legally for everything that we do, as long as we document everything properly and according to the law. That's why we need to have a bookkeeper and the right CPA in our team. The eight integrities that makes a successful business great, we explain them inside of our digital course and ebook, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet. Inside that ebook, we will understand what are the eight integrities of a successful business. And those eight integrities, they have to be in place right from the beginning when we're starting out our business. Okay, because if one of those eight integrities is missing, the business eventually will fail. So pay attention to the boring things, to the legal part of our businesses, because that's one of the most important aspects if we want to create longevity, if we want to create brands that not only are here for our generation, but are here forever, okay, to the end of times, generations after generations. Look at big companies that people don't even know who the owners are. You know, there are a lot of great companies and brands out there that have lasted above and beyond the owner's natural life. And that is a true brand. We want to create something that is always innovating and solving a problem in the world because we picked the right problem to solve. Okay? So we need to pay attention. Make sure you go to our website. I'm going to put the link somewhere around this video, or if you're listening to our podcast, make sure you go to our YouTube channel or go to our website, find the link somewhere on the description, and we will have access to a newsletter. Okay, we publish an article every week and just about every day so that you can have that into our inbox once we sign up for that newsletter. And then check out the other products that we have on our website. We have 3 ebooks right now: the 10 New Rules of Money, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On. We also have How to Invest in Crypto to Build Wealth. Okay, and the job number 1 of a wealthy entrepreneur is to raise capital, and that's why we're releasing our 4th ebook that is called How to Raise Capital to Build Wealth. And the skill number 1 of a wealthy entrepreneur is to master how to sell without selling using smart marketing and systems. Exactly what we're going to learn how to do inside of our community. In fact, the digital course How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On, this one right here on our screen that we're looking at, it has 49 chapters. The book, over 580 pages long, is a total guide on how to build wealth, okay? How to go from having no assets to having a lot of assets on our asset column, how to pick a niche and how to do the research, how to fill in the need in that niche with a product, okay? We need to either use other people's products or create our own product, whether it's a digital product or a physical product. We need to understand how to build a business. It's important because, remember, in order to raise capital, we need to know how to read financial statements and improve them. And once we're able to do that and put a deal together, it attracts money because there's always money around us looking for a new home or a new place to work hard, to multiply. And only the inside investors know how to do this. And the inside investor is the one that puts the deal together. And we become an inside investor when we are thriving through passive income from our investments that we have, that we're controlling with our companies. So we don't make money through a paycheck, through a job. We specifically make income through passive income and capital gains income. Passive income is also known as positive cash flow. And remember this, cash flow are the most important words in the business language. And the second most important words are due diligence. We need to learn how to go through the financial statements of our personal finances and, of course, any other business or investment that we are going to be involved in, because the financial statements really describes exactly what's going on with that entity, the finances, the health of that business. Can we improve it? Is it mismanaged? We're able to see how the cash flow is flowing throughout the entire financial statement. Inside of this digital course, when you go into our website, you'll have a financial statement that is blank. Anybody can download it straight to Excel, and we will be able to fill in the blanks. It's important that we do that step because a lot of people don't even know what their finances look like on paper. We need to figure out, how is our asset column looking? Do we have any assets? How many liabilities, our expenses? How do we make our income today? And how is the cash flow flowing on that financial statement? We need to take control of the cash flow, but we first need to review it and know exactly where we are today financially so that we know where to go next, okay? Because we need to build a plan cater to our financial situation. Remember, investing is having a plan. We cannot do investing without a plan. If somebody's investing without a plan, they're gambling. They shouldn't call themselves investors. Remember, here in our community, we define investing as having a plan. And we cannot go with investing if we don't have business next to it, because an investment is ultimately a business. Now, when you go to our website, make sure to reach out if you have any questions. Check out all the products. We also have a live consultation, and you can find all the tools and resources here as we grow our community at Master Investor. And any other asset that we add into the digital course, whenever we get in, we're locked in for life. That means that whatever asset we add into that specifically digital course, regardless of the price going up in the future, we will always have access to those digital assets that we are adding extra after we get into that digital course. So in a year from now, 3 years from now, we will have additional assets. And even we're adding some more in the next weeks. So every day, if an asset comes available that we believe is important to add into the digital course, we will add it. And anyone that's already in that course will have access to those additional assets at no additional cost. So it's a great deal to get in right now. Okay, so if you're hearing this, make sure you go in right now, because that digital course is going to grow in value. We're adding exclusive interviews with wealthy entrepreneurs, celebrities, new artists, people that have experience in certain field and they have success, or they're upcoming stars, and we're going to withdraw all their knowledge from their mind and their experiences that they had so far, so that we can help those who are wanting to learn from real teachers and mentors. Okay, we have to get our data from the right source, because even though we live in the information age and data is available to all of us for free, we have to really pinpoint what data to utilize in our lives. Not all data is good. So it takes self-development. It takes being able to think for ourselves. So it requires us to invest in ourselves all the time. It's a commitment to financial education in order for us to improve our financial well-being. Our mission here at Master Investor is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity through high-quality financial education made simple. We're looking for opportunities to build passive income and true wealth. Now, let's talk about taxes, okay? And if you have any questions, please let us know. Any feedback is appreciated, because we want to hear from our community to ensure that we're answering all questions as they come. Why understanding tax planning is key to true wealth. Here's what we need to get prepared for the end of the year's tax planning. What does it mean, and why do we need tax planning? Summary. Our company's end of year taxes are a hidden treasure trove of opportunities. Through end of year planning, we can permanently alter our taxes with the assistance of our tax counselor or accountant. Not all professionals are equal. Discover how to choose the right ones. Businesses that lack a proper plan are doomed to fail due to not being profitable. The tax laws are written to make us wealthy when we use them properly and apply them into our business models, from inception to ensure benefits and protection. Financial advisors get in touch with their clients at this time of year to offer year-end tax planning advice. However, we might be asking ourselves, why is preparing so crucial at this time of year? Reason number one, alternative minimum tax, or AMT. The alternative minimum tax, or AMT for short, is imposed of an increasing number of individuals. This is problematic because if we are liable to the AMT, we forfeit a large portion of our deductions. Our real estate and estate income taxes, for instance, are no longer deductible. Our investment expenses aren't either. The good news is that with careful planning at the end of the year, we can avoid or reduce our AMT. For 2024, we will be in the AMT then we might wish to wait until 2025 to make our last anticipated tax payment. The same is true for our investment costs. Don't pay them right away. Use time to our advantage. Reason number two, estimated payment penalties are the second reason. A person is most likely paying estimated taxes if he or she received money from sources other than their usual job. Do a year-end tax prediction now to ensure to have paid enough to avoid penalties. Even if the person is now significantly underpaid, he or she might be able to avoid penalties. Reason number three, a year with a high or low salary, people are either having a really awful year or an exceptional excellent one. And that much is true. At the conclusion of the year, what can be done? Tax planning in reverse. We might choose to postpone spending onto the following year instead of accelerating them, as we often do. If not, we run the risk of losing the deduction or using it during a year with extremely low tax rates. We could also want to accelerate income if at all possible. By doing this, we can prevent the loss of personal exemptions and itemized deductions that are neither refundable nor carryover able. The year-end checklist. Starting our business planning for the upcoming year toward the end of the year is ideal. Since we are already handling the books, why not do some research to ensure that our company thrive in the upcoming year? It's all about planning ahead. When we do that and we can predict our cash flow for the year of our business or businesses that we may have, then we can now allocate that money and we can plan with our CPA and our bookkeeper how we're going to spend that money wisely so that we can take all the deductions that are legally possible for our businesses, and then we can minimize taxes all the way to zero. Everything that we make, we get to keep. Our cash flow, our bottom line. That's the whole point. We can start out well with the following checklist. Organize the books. Get a bookkeeper. Today we have a lot of technology. We can do it online. And we can have our bookkeeper. We don't even need to meet them in person, but it would be good to have some sort of meeting with them so that we can go over our finances and our spending habits by the end of the month and every week so that we control what we do with our money. Remember, we have to have a plan for our capital. And when we get really good at investing, we don't need our capital to invest. We're using other people's money, OPM and OPT, other people's time. This may be difficult for some people, but it's easy for others. But before we can do anything else, we must finish the stage, regardless of whether we are a small business owner who can afford a bookkeeper or we are one of those people who cram a glove box full of receipts. Let's attempt to go digital too. Evidence is key in everything that we do. Remember, when it comes to business and life, always cover ourselves. Back everything with evidence. There's no reason to hide money. There's no reason to do anything illegally when it comes to building wealth and also overall in life, because it's too easy to become wealthy legally. The laws are made to make us wealthy as long as we understand the wealthy context, which is more important than content. Okay, we have to shift our context when it comes to money. That's why we created the 10 New Rules of Money. It's a great book that helps us update the old rules of money, which are obsolete. They no longer work in today's economy. And if you're playing with the old rules of money, then the person is going to lose at the game of money. So we need to update those rules so that we are playing with the proper rules and we can guarantee our success when it comes to investing, because it's all about calculated risk. It's not investing that is risky, it's the investor behind the investment that makes it risky or not. We're supposed to know the exit strategy even before we get into the investment. We exactly know how much money we're going to get back, when are we going to recoup our entire capital back, and how much money we're going to continue to receive even after we recoup our capital back. And that is infinite return on investment. That's the holy grail of investing. That's the position we want to be with all of our businesses and investments, where we have money for nothing. We're receiving money literally for not money, because we have recoup our money back that we initially invested if we put any of our money to begin with, because a lot of deals we're going to do 100% finance. Okay, we're going to talk about that later on, how to do seller finance, how to approach the owners of the companies and the landlords that own the land, and we can do seller finance, and basically they become the bank and they lend us the money. Okay, and so we don't have to use our own capital. We can use the bank's money, and we can use OPM legally, even credit cards, to invest wisely. But we first need to understand the basics of business and invest. And that's why going back to understanding how money works, what is business, and how to build a successful business is so critical, because it teaches us so many great lessons that are used to build wealth. Only very few people get these lessons, okay? Recognize our business. Finding out how our company and brands are doing right now is the next item on the list. Our cash flow statement, income statement, and balance sheet should be examined. Find a financial statement on our digital course, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On. Our balance sheet will give us an overview of the financial health of our company at a specific moment in time. It displays everything of our possessions, debts, and equity. Then by listing our sales and expenses and calculating the profit or loss, our income statement indicates if our company is profitable at a specific moment. Last but not least, the cash flow statement illustrates where the money has gone by displaying our beginning and ending cash for a specific time period. After reviewing our cash flow, income, and balance sheets, take a closer look at our company's profit margin, total debt ratio, and current ratio. With our balance sheet in front of us, it won't take long. Knowing the numbers of our business and personal finances is key to building true wealth. We have analyzed financial statements and improved them as we accumulate different assets. Okay, and that's our main goal, is to continue analyze, because as we acquire assets, we have to analyze those financial statements, because we invest based on facts, not based on opinions. A lot of people that are not prepared and they lack financial education, they're financial illiterate, they invest or they gamble. It's not even investing, because they have no plan, they have no exit strategy, and they literally invest without knowing exactly what is going to happen. Okay, so they measure their return on investment with opinions, which is their issue. Is a big problem to ever going into a business with opinions. We have to look at the numbers, because the numbers and the financial statements do not lie. Other people lie, but the financial statements don't lie. And we need to be able to look at that and be able to read them. And can we improve them? There are a lot of times that we'll find mismanaged businesses or investments that we don't want to tell the current owner what they are doing wrong, but we want to analyze what they're doing wrong so that we can make a decision to get that for a bargain, and we will improve it. We will replace whatever is wrong in the business. Maybe it's one of the 8 integrities or more than one that is missing. And a lot of times that's what it is. Okay. The current owner didn't have or was not prepared enough to the level of experience that was required to maintain that business growing. Okay, so we'll find a lot of people in financial trouble where we will capitalize due to their lack of financial education and therefore lack of experience in the real world. Considering it is time to take action and think about our business health now that we know where our company stands. Did our company achieve the goals we had set for the year? Why not? And what can we do different to increase value, win more customers, and increase our profits without working harder, doing less and less, right? Because we are respecting rule number 1 in our community at Master Investor, which is to raise capital and make money work hard for us through sound investing, and for other people too, right? Because we're going to have loans and we're going to be in good debt. We're not going to be debt free. We want to get it in as much debt as possible, good debt, before we accumulate any bad debt. Good debt goes hand to hand with an asset. Good debt gets put into a real business. It produces cash flow. That cash flow is used to pay for the debt service back, any interest, any cost. It gets paid from the cash flow of the business, and whatever is left is our positive cash flow. So that debt is making us wealthy, is making us money, sprinting us money. Every time we make a payment to that bank, we're also making a payment to ourselves, because whatever is left is our positive cash flow. And bad debt goes with a liability. There's nothing wrong with having liabilities as long as we have an asset that will pay for those liabilities. We first need to have a plan to acquire an asset with debt. Okay, whether there's a credit card that we're using, a credit line, or a loan, right? But rule number one in our community here at Master Investors, we raise capital. Okay, we work to build passive income and work and make money work hard through sound investing, multiply money through sound investing. So write down rule number one of our community, okay, so that we respect that, because that's what the ultra wealthy do every single day, okay, is to work to build passive income specifically, or positive cash flow, and multiply capital through sound investing, whether it's our own capital or somebody else's capital. That's rule number one. Don't forget to take notes when we plan our business for the next year. This will come in handy. Assessing our present tax tactics is one aspect of this. Seek guidance from an expert, such as a tax attorney or accountant, regarding the best tax tactics for our unique business and personal situation. Not all professionals, like we mentioned, are made equal. We have to determine which one to pick for our tax strategies. By knowing the business vocabulary, we can ensure to choose the right professional for us to keep more of the bottom line or cash flow and pay less in taxes legally the more we make through sound investing. If we are smart enough, we can prepare our income tax ourselves, or we can give the necessary paperwork to an accountant. Just make sure our finances are accessible and everything is documented properly, okay? And we always suggest to invest in team members. Get a bookkeeper. Get somebody that knows about taxes, that is the right CPA. Not all CPAs are the ones for the wealthy. Remember, a lot of CPAs tell their clients to not make more money because they have to pay taxes, and that CPA is talking the wrong language. So we don't want that type of CPA in our team. Someone that says, make as much money as you want. We find ways to minimize taxes because we're going to put this money here. We're going to do this. This is the strategy for this year. We're going to make X, Y, millions of dollars per year. Okay, well, this is how much we're going to end up paying in taxes. As long as we do this, we'll pay zero in taxes legally. Okay, so we have a strategy. Everything is about planning. When it comes to legal educations for our wealth or financial education, we have to back it with real evidence. So investing in a great bookkeeper is another team member we want to bring on board early on in our businesses. It helps us monitor our cash flow and confront the reality of our finances, ensure the success of our company. Planning our business end of year taxes successfully is that easy, and that's all. We have to understand it's not that hard. We need to put the right people in place. We need to understand how to delegate, okay? And trust the professionals as well. But we have to improve our vocabulary because they ultimately listening to us, okay? We're the chairman, meaning that we have a voice over every decision that is made in our company, okay? And we affect everything that's happening throughout the entire operation. So if we want to grow a company or any organization, then we need to grow the leaders in those organizations. There's no other way around it. And we need to add infrastructure, AI, and technology so that we can continue to innovate and solve problems in the world. Although taxes can be easy to put off, business planning is crucial. As we all know, we must be disciplined enough to get through the boring things in our businesses and investments to ensure long-term success. Because as we know, a business that failed to plan to fail, actually comes to mind, right? When we think about not preparing for an opportunity that does show up, that's hurtful. It's going to hurt us because we knew we could be prepared. So it's better to be prepared for an opportunity that does not show up than it's not to be prepared an opportunity does show up. So preparation is the key of everything, okay? If we have put in the work behind the scenes, it's going to show up in everything that we do. People are going to notice that, okay? So we cannot get away with the results. There's going to come out to light at the end of the day. So whatever we plant, whatever seeds we're planting today, that's the type of fruit we're going to get when it's time. So make sure that we are disciplined and we're taking the best choices in life that we have in front of us. The ones that are in the best interest for ourselves right now and our future. It has to be aligned with our ultimate goals. While there's still time to predict our income and make a lasting impact on our taxes through a little year-end preparation, schedule a meeting with a tax expert within the next week or two. After that, use those savings, if you will, to make investments to give our positive cash flow more velocity. It's all about the speed. Remember, today we live in times where technology is available everywhere and we can sell a product to the entire world at the same time. So the speed in which we can sell is much faster than before. So can we get wealthy quick? And the answer is yes. Okay? If we're not getting wealthy quick, then we're doing something wrong. We can actually legally get wealthy overnight. As long as we pick the right niche and we're solving that problem and we have the systems in place and we're solving the issue of people around the world, then we're going to get rewarded. It's all about being generous. It's all about being able to fulfill that need that we're passionate about solving with a brand, with a real business that has the legalities in place. Start investing in high quality financial education here with us at Master Investor. We have 3 books. We're releasing our 4th ebook very soon. The 10 New Rules of Money, how to build cash flow with the internet, turn passive income on, how to invest in crypto to build wealth, understanding Bitcoin and blockchain, the rise of legitimate to reserve digital currencies and assets. All of our volumes are catered to build true leaders, wealthy entrepreneurs, and inside investors. Okay? It's going to give us the knowledge and the guidance to build the assets column with real assets that we control with our companies. I hope that we learned a lot today about taxes and why it's crucial to plan ahead so that we have more leverage when it comes to minimize taxes legally and we get to keep more of our income. So it's not how much money we make, but how much money we keep at the end of the day and how we make that money. Okay, because how we make money, it determines who we are in the game of money. Okay, if a person says they make money through a paycheck, okay, well, then you're an employee. A person says they're an attorney, they see clients every day, they have a salary. Okay, well, you're a self-employed. You're still an employee. Okay, well, I have assets and they bring me money every day. By the end of the day, I collect, I pay all the, okay, well, then that's a business owner. Oh, and I have investments that produce positive cash flow and sometimes capital gains income, depends on the asset. I also have that. Okay, well, then that's an inside investor. Now we want to step on the right side of the cash flow circle. Remember, there are 4 players when it comes to the game of money: employee, self-employed, business owner, and inside investor. We want to be the business owner and inside investor when we are building true wealth. That is where true wealth is built. Okay, it's on the right side of the cash flow circle. And of course, we utilize the employee, we utilize the self-employed to build our businesses. We create jobs. Okay, so not everybody is made to build a business, but we suggest that everybody learns how to invest their money, because if you're working hard for money, at some point you may want to stop working for money and enjoy your life. And maybe all the retirement that you thought you were going to have just with that job, it's not going to be enough to carry you over, because inflation continues to rise. And why does inflation continues to rise? Because in today's economy, money is created with debt, and the economy works with printing money legally, right? The Federal Reserve Bank prints money every single day to move the economy forward. That's why the United States is over $31 trillion in national debt. It's not going to stop. And I say trillion dollars with a T. That means that the more money we print and inject into the economy, the higher inflation goes, and we enter something that is called hyperinflation. And so the way to beat hyperinflation or any inflation is quite simple, is to invest in our financial education. That's a must, okay? Because otherwise we will not have the knowledge to invest and get ahead financially. But the way we stay ahead and protect ourselves from that economy and inflation is to invest in different asset classes. There are 5 different asset classes that exist. Number 1, business. Number 2, real estate. Number 3, crypto. Number 4, paper assets. Number 5, commodities. Okay, and they all require financial education. That's why here inside of our community at Master Investor, we are covering all of them so that we get the knowledge that we need to invest successfully in those asset classes. But the key is to have assets that are producing positive cash flow, specifically, right? Passive income. And then, of course, we'll get assets that will only bring us capital gains income. And we need to have strategies to move those capital gains into new and bigger assets so that we can minimize taxes as well. Okay, but there are 3 types of income that a person can make. The employee and self-employed earn income. That's the one type of income that a person can make in the world, is through a job, exchanging time for money, and it's taxed on the highest bracket. The other type of income is through investing. There are 2 types of income that comes from investing, and one from working for money or exchanging time for money. But the other 2 types of income is capital gains income, which comes from when we invest into something at a certain price and we sell it for a higher price. Those gains are called capital gains income, and they're taxed higher than passive income but lower than earned income or ordinary income. And then there are instances where we can roll those gains into a new asset, and therefore when we do that successfully and we meet all the requisites that the law requires us to have, we can roll over the taxes, or we can defer taxes. Okay, and we don't have to pay taxes on those gains, at least not at that very moment, and we can continue to do that indefinitely. So legally we can pay 0 in taxes. And then passive income is the other type of income that we can get. Okay, and passive income, that's the one that we want to focus on, because that comes constantly even when we're not working. So passive income is much better than capital gains income, but it requires higher level of financial education. But that's what we want to focus on, because when we do that, then capital gains income will be very easy for us to get. But the way we protect ourselves from down economies and inflation is to actively invest, not give our money away to anybody to invest for us. No. We're going to invest it ourselves. We're going to incorporate. We're going to invest in crypto. We're going to invest in stocks. We're going to invest in commodities. We're going to get some gold, some silver. We're going to also invest in real estate. We're going to turn that house into an Airbnb. We're going to get a hotel. We're going to buy a plaza, right? We're going to acquire a plaza, right? Different real estate properties. We're playing Monopoly in real life, and we're going to diversify among the 5 different asset classes that exist. And of course, preparation is key. When it comes to business, being prepared is going to make us ultra wealthy. Tax planning is a must. Okay, make sure we have those boring things in place in our businesses. Boring things, we call them here, because a lot of times people don't like to do them because they're boring, right? And we need to make sure that we have them in place, the legalities in order, all right? I hope that we learned a lot from today's talk. Let me know in the comments below. I'll talk to you on the next live stream. Thank you for having us again here at Master Investor. I'll talk to you soon. Let me know If there's any feedback you'd like to share with us today, I'll come back and answer any questions. And remember, we want to be in as much debt as possible. We don't want to be debt free. We want to learn how to manage debt and make sure we fill in our financial statement. Go get our ebooks, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, the 10 New Rules of Money, and How to Invest in Crypto to Build Wealth. Bring you the good and bad news of money, the business principles that work in all economies. Stay extraordinary and wealthy. Thank you. Bye for now.